Hey guys, be with you in a minute. How is everyone? Uh, setting. Okay, so I'm just looking. It looks like we have a little bit of a delay. I just want to see. So guys, I'm playing it back on YouTube to myself, and I don't know if this is standard. Hey Thomas, how are you? There is about a 15-second delay. So So I am currently long on gold. We have hit target. So look, I'm TP1 anyway, but I will be looking at adding into this position. So I'm just going to share with you where it currently sits. So let me just check. Here we go. So we can see right now we're live. Currently 7 pips up. I am going to look to add into this on the break of the high. So we're gonna place long. Oh, missed it. So I was going to add in on the break of that high. Um, I've got another additional target. So if you're not in this yet, guys, you can get long above the break of this high. I have literally just banked half at 10 pips, including spread. So that was first TP just coming out now. So if I get, you know, what I'm going to do is trading new order. Let's put it in 2640. In fact, what's the high? 2649.20. So 2640. There we go. I've just bought live, guys. So I'm just going to adjust this. Bear with me. So this is a second position. I just need to put new stop and TP in with this. So there we go. Modify order stop loss 2643.5, 2643.5. TP I'm going to put because it's a higher entry just at 2653. 2653. Okay, I'm going to close half out on this one. I can't use magic keys on this one because price is I've already got one trade running, so it will get confused as to where TP1 and TP2 is. So I'm just going to do market execution. I'm going to close off 4 lots when I see the bottom one hit 100. So if it hits 100, we're going to go straight to let me know if anyone else is in this trade. So we've got 2 gold trades running. One is at break even. Um, Other one is just gone in on the break of that hourly high. So we're currently sitting at 1 pip offside on the second entry. So the break-even trade is underneath the low of the current candle, and the stop loss is currently at 24. There we go. So if we can get a pop-up on this, we can get about 8 to 10 pips. I will be moving stops to break even because this entry is obviously worse than the first entry. So how many we got in today? A little bit steady in the room today. Not so many in just yet. Rich, how are you, mate? Welcome to the room. So we've got two entries at the minute. One has already hit TP, and the second one I've just done a staggered entry, breaking the high of the 1 hour. We have got news coming in 27 minutes. So obviously that could be a hindrance. It may be a benefit. We shall see. So price now is currently. Hey Anna, how are you, darling? We also have comics coming into play, so in 26 minutes. So what I'm looking for is a potential surge on comics. Whatever that does, we shall see whether it pops up or whether it reverses. I don't mind, but we have TP hit and in at 26.49.30. Okay, yeah, that looks about right. Perfect. So, hey Yotko, how are you, mate? We're looking at growing these the mortgage fund, as we call it. But the market has been interesting today. We're seeing gold keeps popping down into this 26.44 to 42 area. Um, and we're seeing some nice, if we look at price and how it's reacting down here. Uh, Candlesticks, I call it the tennis ball effect for members. Um, where you see an impulsive candle, then you see long-tailed wicks, small bodies, and then we're starting to see momentum coming back into the market from the opposite side. So it's like a tennis ball coming down, hitting the floor, compressing, and then starting to accelerate back up into the air. And this is what we're looking for. So as I see price, what was the entry? 26.49.30. So as I see 26.50.30, I will close half of, just over half actually, of the second position. The first position, you can see stop loss is at break even. Uh, 1 second. Where is it? The second one should be here, 26.43.50. Yeah, why am I not seeing that? Oh Christ, I put 25. That's why. There we go. See, guys, easily always check because I was thinking, where's my stop loss? But I put the wrong number. I put 25.43. That would have been could have been a very expensive mistake, but always best to check. Right, so I need to bring this back up for market execution. I'm going to close off 4 lots if we hit 2050.3. So this number here, I'm waiting for that to get to 2650.3. So who else has come into the room? Paolo, how are you, buddy? Jazz, how are you, mate? Keeping well? It's a little bit quieter on the stream, as I said. But we've got the unemployment claims coming in at 1:30. Comics in 24 minutes, same time at 1:30. So expecting to see a little bit of a correction based on what we've seen. Strong dollar news will obviously add to what we've seen. Uh, the dollar index pushing higher today as the dollar index comes into those key significant areas around 100.5, and we've broken the highs. So now it's just seen a little bit of a correction. Um, Gold has been in a range from sort of 26. Well, you could go if you look at it on a daily chart. If you look at the last, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 days, you see prices being operating. Macro range would be as low as 26.33, but micro range would be taking you 26.60 down to 26.42-ish. So you've got two ranges to sort of look and work between. Here we're down at the bottom of the range, so down at the bottom of the range we can expect higher probability of success. It still doesn't mean we're guaranteed any success. See what happens with the first position. close to getting stopped out at break even for half of the position. And if that is the case, then we just have the second position running. But we'll see. Anyone in anything else? Just move that out of the way for now. You can see there's half the position running 3.5 lots. Second position added in on the break of the high of this one here. So just see if we can get that little bit of a dollar gold push. No major headlines today other than Bank of England are going to be cutting rates more aggressively, which has sent the pound spiraling down 164 pips or 1.24% against the US dollar. That obviously means that pound yen has had a little bit of a plummet as well, down 200 points on the day and or slightly over 1%. So it is a day for the dollar. Japanese yen is where's yen? Yen is down slightly, down 25 points or 0.18% against the US dollar, which is why you're seeing the bigger move in terms of percentage terms against the US dollar, as the dollar is stronger than the yen at the minute. All right, it's a matter of now. Let's see if we can get that little push and we can close off half of this second position, the add-in, which you can see was just above the break of the high of this hourly chart, hourly candle, the last hourly candle. Like I said, as we come into COMEX, this is where I'd expect after we've seen a move like this, we've seen a transition from sellers where you see the bodies start getting very, very small, long-tailed wicks down to the bottom, and then we see the acceleration. So you see that body transition from big body, small body, and then we start to get the bodies coming back. So bigger white bodies. Previous hourly candle took out the lows, then a strong close, not quite above the previous candle's high, but a strong close. For me, that's a very positive sort of like bullish sign on this setup. But like I said, we've got news in 20 minutes, so it could all change in 20 minutes. Hopefully for the better, but we trade what we see, not what we think. And our exit for the second position is 2650.3. So I will close slightly over half the position when price gets to 2650.3. Okay, original position is at break even. We've taken 10 points out of the market. We're just letting that one hopefully hold and run. And if it does, fantastic. You can see my TP2 set up here, but if it breaks the lows, then unfortunately, this one will exit. The first trade will exit. Wi-Fi issues. Your side or my side? Anyone else got any issues with the signal? And then I'll know whether it's Jez or whether it's my side. And first trade still. Oh, Jez's side. Okay, no problems. Okay, thanks guys for letting me know. So I thought we were about to see the first trade get knocked out then, but it's managed to hold in just. Will it stay in for much longer is the question. All good. Thanks, Thomas, for letting me know. Thomas, where are you logging in from? We've got some more viewers popping in right now. So look, guys, if you're just logging in, our first trade's hit take profit. Second one is at break even. Our first trade hit take profit and its move stops to break even. The second trade was above the break of the hourly candle high, and we are sitting in a slightly negative position on that second trade. Second TP for the first trade is set up here at 2651.2. And the deal ticket remains open down here because I can't have partial TPs set for two different trades. So the second trade, the add-in, is one that I'm going to manage manually. So as soon as I see price get to 20, in fact, let's do this. Don't need the line there. 2650.3. So as soon as price gets to there, if it gets to there, I'm just going to hit the close half button or slightly over. I'm going to close 4 out of the 7 lots on that one. Um, if you're enjoying the stream so far, guys, appreciate any sort of thumbs up and comments. Lincoln. All right, Thomas, friend of Jez's. All right, well, are you in the Hooveringham village? If so, I think it's about time I come and see this wild bunch down there. But yeah, we're just so look, guys. Like I said, I'm not going to portray to trade telephone numbers and have you seeing hundreds of thousands of profit or loss. Although you won't see traders showing you many losses, they'll always keep that for themselves. You can't do that on a live stream. You'll you'll see the losses, you'll see the wins. Uh, Today is a negative day at the minute. Currently, first two trades of the day, brutally honest, were shite. Went completely against me, and I was 3,000. Okay, so the first trade's just closed out. Um, so we've banked TP1, and then the second part of it has got stopped at break even. Now, on that basis, I'm going to be slightly more aggressive with trade management. But okay, close enough, but far enough away. Brilliant. So 15 minutes now for comics to kick in and the news at 1:30. So I will try and be a little bit more aggressive with trade management now. So what do I mean by that? Well, actually, what I can do now because the other trader's gone is I can put partial TPs in. So that's set. Now let's get rid of that. I can take that back to where it was. Okay, so this can go. I no longer need that. So basically what this has done now, I've put partial TP in there. I'm going to put another partial TP in at 25 points. So that's set. So, and then we've got extended. I'll put that up there now for extended targets. So basically now what will happen is the software will take care of any sort of trade management should the market spike and hit my TP. If it spikes and hits my TP, what will happen is stop loss is going to move automatically to my entry price. So as a trader, one thing that is very difficult is to exit positions and move your stop. Well, it's impossible to do it simultaneously. But what the trade management software will do is it will do it simultaneously. So if you do get a spike in something that takes you to your profit, that's wonderful. But if you then try and move your stop at the same time, you're going to be behind it. And let's say the news is rapid and it sends the price up and then shooting back down, you're going to miss out on either banking profit or getting out at break even. So this is where this type of software is super, super powerful and could transition your trading maybe from, let's say, either a break even or a small loss trader to being a profitable trader. So it's about having systems in place that are going to help you benefit. And if you think you would benefit from that type of thing, then there's a few good pieces of software out there. One is Magic Keys, one is Trade Assistant, and one is Dane's Trades. All of them very, very good, very reputable as well. No major issues, easy to program. I'm no techie, and I managed to figure it out. So if that's any vote of confidence for you, um, then it's something you should definitely explore. And they're pretty cheap as well, to be fair, guys. You're talking $80 for a lifetime subscription, one-off fee, there or thereabouts, across the three. Right, what else is going on? Right, while we're waiting for this, I'm just going to flick back to the other screen for a minute because I hate MetaTrader for analysis. So let's just take a look at what's going on over here. So we've got gold, that's there. NASDAQ, let's see what's going on with the NASDAQ. Okay, so I'm going to leave the NASDAQ alone for right now. I'm just going to wait for longs above here or shorts below 19,680 basically. Pound yen. All right, let's get rid of. So pound yen, we could see more downside into this area. So if we look here, we've had support broken, close below. We've got a nice little wick to work with, and the market is now just sitting somewhere between the closing price and the bottom of that wick, so the bottom of the range. So if you are wanting to be potentially short pound yen, then you could look for shorts underneath the low of that candle, providing, yeah, there's 38 pips there, easy. So you could easily get T1 at 10 or 15 pips, however you choose to manage that position. So looks good for uh oh yeah, you are rich. Sorry, mate. Wrong one. There we go. Right, right. That serves me right for looking at my own YouTube channel because I wanted to see what was happening with the delays. Uh, right. Okay, so let's repeat what I was saying. Uh, we've got this level here that we've seen the market break and close below, and now price is sitting somewhere near the close and in between the range of the wick to the downside. So short options would be something like this, and that would give you about 40 pips. Now, should that then trigger, you could then just bring your stop straight down to there, which would give you a risk to reward ratio. Once you move your stop above the trigger candle high to about 1.2, 1.29, but by the time you incorporate spread in that, call it 1.2, 1.15. So that would be your solid one trade for the day. Gold, let's have a quick look, see what's happening. It's looking a little bit healthier right now. Um, in theory, what we can do here is we could, how long we got? 10 minutes. 26:46. So look, options for trade management. What I'm going to do is trade management here, guys. If price breaks the low, so let's say 26:46.50, somewhere around there. If price breaks that price point, let's close half off. Now we're pre pretty much back to entry price. So I'm going to be very, very aggressive here because I don't want to get caught on the news. So if we go a little bit positive, um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close half out just to reduce risk heading into the news. So we've got 9 minutes left for the news. 9 minutes left. Uh, uh, I I would wait now, Anna, to be fair. I mean, look, both of them are going to be impacted, but it's not going to be as detrimental as gold. Okay, so however, gold is directly impacted by the price of the dollar, whereas both of those currencies, pound and yen, are both impacted by the dollar. But it depends how they're going to react. I'd say if the dollar's positive news, then pound will probably sell off more because it's weak today than the yen. Um, I'm just whatever happens, I think pound will react weaker than the yen, regardless whether it's dollar positive or dollar negative. So we've got about 8 minutes to go. So I've moved this over here so you can see when I hit close half. So we are pretty much entry price right now. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'll bring you back to this screen. So you can see if I close half. So let's get ready.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close half and I'm going to hit stop at entry. So 20, let's just still got 6 minutes left. So I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so closing half off, guys, and I'm going to move my stop loss to info. In fact, no matter what's going to happen, I think spread will take me out if I was to move stops to break even. So what I'm going to do is let's just give it one more minute. 25 at 26, I'll either close it all out or I'm going to close on I'll either close it all out or just move stops to break even, depending on where price is. So very close to hitting TP. There we go. TP's hit. So you see now my stop loss has moved to break even. We've only got 1.75 lots running because I closed half a little bit early. We'll see what happens now. If we get a jump up, I'll close another half out. Um, but now it's a risk-free trade. Don't really give a shit what happens. Um, we've done the hard bit. We got cash in the bank. We've got stops to break even. So just let me know if you got your 10 pips, guys. If so, just give us a thumbs up, share some love in the group. Okay, so nearly at 20 pips. Right, I'm just going to take another half out there at 18 pips and let's get rid of, I'm just going to move that to 35 pips. So TP2, nice one, Jody. What I'm also going to do is I'm just going to raise my stop up a little bit just to cover any commission charges. So still, I'm still negative for the day, believe it or not, guys. Still negative. So I'll show you in a second. Let's see. Yeah, TP2, well done. But listen, I don't mind. So this morning, in fact, let's just take there's only 0.88 lots running now. So if price even comes up to my target here, what I've got left in the trade ahead of the news, it's gonna bank 432 quid on the last little bit of the trade that I have running. So if that were to happen, 432 pound, I will finish up negative 190 pounds for the day. So as I was saying, if you're late in, guys, if you're late in, my first two trades today, I was negative 3,200 pounds. So yeah, this is the thing about trading. It's a bit like I always comment on it being like boxing because you could win the round but lose the fight, and that would be someone that takes an amazing trade. They think they know exactly what they're doing, and then they go and risk it all on the next trade and blow up their account. Whereas you could be a and that's good to hear, Jess. Or you could be the other person that loses the round, which could be a day, and you win the fight, which could be a week, or it could be a month, or it could be a year. However you want to look at it, you can't get that sense of frustration with losing trades. If you were a boxer and you got the sense of frustration every time you got hit in the face, if you got angry every time you got hit in the face, you're gonna fight in a way that you shouldn't, which is you're not going to be relaxed. You're not going to think about what you're doing. You're literally just going to try and tear into the person opposite to you, which is a completely wrong thing to do. And that's why traders generally blow up their accounts because they revenge trade. They take a trade and they get angry. They think the market is against them, the brokers are against them. look, at the end of the day, everyone's against you, right? You know, if you sell, someone is on the other side of the market buying. They're taking the opposite trade to you because that's the only way a trade can work. For every seller, there has to be a buyer. So there's everyone is against you, you know. Just think about the best you can do. And that would be, right, did I reduce risk before the news? So let's say the news is great and the trade just goes and spikes. And if I'd have left everything in, I'd have made 10 grand. But if it had gone the opposite way, I'd have lost 10 grand. Well, I'd much rather reduce risk and take little bits of profit out the trade every day, every week. And if I do have a losing day, I want that losing day to be as little as possible. So, like today, it started off two losses, £3,200. Now we're basically, as it stands, it's £624 down, 624.77. Um, so let's see what happens. We've got now the news could gap this down and the stop could get taken, but it could get down here. So this is another thing. But on 0.88 of a lot, I'm not going to lose too much. If it gaps down massively, I'm not going to lose too much. So you can see I've got my stop locked in, which will bank me a massive £11.40. But like I said, the hard work bit's been done now. We've got 75% of the trade off, slightly over. We've scaled out 3 times. We have zero risk, so it makes no odds what happens. Oh, lovely. Well, let's just close full. There you go. I've just closed full. I don't care what happens. So done. So there we go. All right. So let's just move that out of the way. And let's just, you can see now, count history. So they were the two trades this morning. Minus 1,658, minus 1,500, and we're now minus 445 for the day. So job's done. We've basically pulled everything back. We had a big day yesterday, positive 3,700. So let's have a look at, no, wrong screen again. There we go. That's the screen. So guys, let me know how many pips you got. Dane's trades. Dane's trade works on. Yeah, well done, Jody. Guys, tell me what you banked. How many pips? Who's good session? So let's just have a look, see if there is. So if you wanted now, this now I told you this morning, after a winning trade, I'm not going to take another trade for 15 minutes. So if you want to trade this, guys, this is setting up right now. I'm not going to trade it because 13 pips for Paolo. Well done, buddy. But the reason I'm not taking this is just purely dopamine reasons. Once you've had a winning trade, sit back, take in the another 20 pips. Well done, Jez. I love it when you say another 20 pips. That means there's already been 20 pips. Man's having a good day. Man's having a good day. So let's. So if you are taking this one, let me know. If you're going to sit out, let me know as well. Let's have a look. Okay, so gold. Uh, we've got more news at 3 o'clock, but to be fair, guys, I'm going to be done for the day, I think now. It's been one of those days that Nasdaq long you could be taking pretty much now, but again, I'm not going to do it. Thomas Miller, what a way to enter the team. 40 pips in the bank. There you go. Well done, Thomas.
Thanks for joining. Uh, nice to see a new face in chat, although I've not seen your face. Nice to have a new attendee, and well done on getting 40 pips. So listen, guys, while we've got, I'm going to stay open for a bit longer. If there's any trades, any charts you want me to have a look at, fire it in. There's not a great deal for me to really get enthusiastic about right now. And one thing, there we go. I see some party signs coming in. Throw some likes in if you got pips there, guys. I'd be very much appreciative of that. Um, uh, so let me just have a quick look, see what happened with the news. So just realized. So it came in as expected, really. 225,000 claims, forecast was 222, so variance is nothing. So not sure whether that's, we'll see how the markets interpret it. I don't care. We'll just read price action, and from that we can then make a decision on which way we want to go. So I think Nasdaq, if I'm going to buy Nasdaq, the best thing is above 19.9, and if I'm going to sell it, it's going to be, let's get rid of this now. Okay, so something you could look at actually for selling the Nasdaq, which based on the grand scheme of things would be if this hourly candle, so in the next 25 minutes, if this hourly candle closes below this previous resistance, then the next candle wicks up, you can sell the low of this. But maybe we're just going to see the market drop off in this next 25 minutes. And if it does, then there's going to be no setup, because you want to make sure that if you are buying or selling, you're doing it as close to the support and resistance levels as possible. And likewise, if you're exiting a trade, you want to exit before the market gets there. So for example, if you're selling here, you've marked this in as your support level, don't put your target all the way here. Put it somewhere here. Give yourself room for error, because the market doesn't always get to the previous highs or lows or the previous support, but that's where you would expect it to go in a trend, right? So always make sure that you give yourself margin for error to get out of the trade. You want to be the first. I'd rather be the first one out than the last one trying to get out, because the last one to get out never gets out, because you run out the other side. Uh, Yeah, I mean, that one just played out perfectly. But it is what it is, guys. You just don't know. So look, our entry, the second entry was this here. So let me just change the color so you can see the entry. Entry was there. Stop was there. Then as it moved like 7 points in profit, I closed half. Then we moved our stop to here. Then as it went 11 points and hit target inclusive of spread, we moved our stop to here. Then it went to 18 points. We closed another half. Then it jumped on the news and I banked the final bit for like 33 points. So that is a way that you can trade manage, and that's around news. If there was no news that wasn't, then you'd manage it slightly differently. You'd manage it with a fixed target T1, fixed target T2, then look at structure. Where does the market have previous support? As it broke through there, I would expect the market to come in and maybe find old support, act as new resistance, and then if it broke through there, you'd expect it to stop at the previous resistance. So using strategic areas to take money off the table and when to de-risk. Does that make sense, guys? Um, so
So if I wanted to trade pound yen now, good, good, good. Glad it did. So I'd look for uh, buys above 192.84, 192.84, 192.46, 15 pips. No, leave it alone. Uh, sells below 192.31. So no news is going to affect this. This I would have as says stay out of that. This is where trouble will happen. Above here, we've got clear range, and below here, we have clear range to here. So either way, we know that this area, we've got 40 pips, and here we've got 80 pips. So just whack that in. So we know exactly what we're potentially working for. 40 pip range and 80 pip range. So nice and simple. Nothing else to do with this one. Gold. Now, obviously, gold's quite interesting because gold has just flipped. Gold, after shooting up, has just literally taken out its own lows and started to move down. So let's get rid of these. Now, because we haven't traded the news in theory, this what I mean by that is I'll never trade the news, but if I am trading it, or I would never trade a buy stop and a sell stop above or below the candle just before the news comes out. I'd look for two different ways of trading it. One would be as the market has its initial move higher. If the news is significantly positive or bearish or negative for the US dollar, then I would look to continue with that initial move. And I'd do that using a 5 minute chart. So you get that first 5 minute impulse. Then the next candle, I'd like it to correct itself. And then I'll buy the high of that candle or sell the low of that candle. That's if I'm expecting the market to continue in the direction that the news has set off. If the news is neither here nor there, like we've seen today, you get a directional move, then I would look to sell the low of that candle if it moved up. And if it moved down, I would look to buy the high of that candle. So in theory, what you're doing is you're letting the move go, and then the market goes, got you. This wasn't the news that we were anticipating, and then it springs back on itself. And again, very quick execution. So it reverses on itself as it breaks its low. We're just looking to get 10 pips, get your stops to break even, and then hopefully it'll continue 20, 30, and so forth. And then you manage it accordingly to your risk tolerance and your risk appetite for profit or loss. So these are things that you can consider when you're looking at trading news. How can we apply a systematic approach and to trade with the market direction, and how can we fade the news if we believe that the directional move is you could call it a fake out, but I'd just say fade the news. So you're looking for it to go, but the news was neither here nor there. It wasn't significant in one direction, wasn't significant positive, and it wasn't significantly bearish. That's typical scenario like you're seeing right now. The news was neither here nor there. It was pretty much as forecasted, but you got a big spike up, and then as it's broken its own low, you're seeing it drop off. So this would be a classic sort of news trade to the downside. 40 pips there. Quite nice. Did that make sense on how you can trade the news either with the market direction or how to fade it? So any questions, guys?
Uh, let's see. Not really fancying much there. Nasdaq, I want to leave alone. Okay, gold. Yeah, so if we see gold close below that, so again, two things can happen here because you've had the big move up and then reverse. We can look for a reversal here because we've got clear traffic, but what that would mean is in order to trade the reversal or longs from around 26.42 to 43, you're going to need to see buyers step in, meaning this candle closes, you wait for another one to close, and then you wait for a buyer candle above this level. So in theory, you're talking at least a minimum of an hour for that to play out. And then you want the next candle to wick down, you buy the break of the high. If you want to trade a breakout, in theory, we're waiting for this candle in the next 15, 16 minutes to close below. If it doesn't, then we've got to wait another half an hour for the next candle to close below, and then the same process. So we know no matter what, if this candle doesn't close below this level, we're not going to get a setup for at least an hour. Does that make sense? So for an hour, you can go and do whatever the hell you like. So it's having those defined rules and to be able to stay emotionless to what's going on. I know a lot of you, especially when you're new, you'll look at the chart, you'll see something move, and you go, "I've got to get in on that." No, you don't. There'll always be another opportunity. Obviously, if it's a news event, then it's slightly different. Then you have to not chase it, but if you know it's a directional move, it could be inflation data, it could be something like that's going off in the Middle East, or when the US announced the other day that they had heard that Iran were about to send ballistic missiles towards Israel imminently. That sent gold flying. So as soon as you see those press releases, you maybe have a 10, 15-minute window of opportunity where the first 5-minute candle is the signal candle. The second 5-minute candle, if there's any retracement on that candle, you buy the high and then you just trail your stop. You have very limited time to action and think. If and that's where if you are going to trade these news events, you need to be in front of the screen. Um, Guys, good session, bad session. Let me know your feedback. Drop comments in the chat box. Hit the thumbs up if you like it. Remember, guys, everything that I'm doing isn't financial advice. It's just me trading live, so you see exactly what I do. There's method behind the madness, if you want to call it. It's it's strategically done. There's no guessing. There's no gambling. Uh, if anything, in terms of the gambling, we reduce risk coming into the news as you saw today. The news was about to come out. What did I do? I reduced risk before it even got to target. Then as it hit target, we went straight to break even. So always think about capital preservation. You enjoyed it, Paolo? Good. Okay, buddy. Well, I think this will be the last one of the week, to be fair, because we got no. Uh, Unless I might do a live session tomorrow morning for the London Open on YouTube. But yeah, if I can do one tomorrow morning, guys, I'll do one tomorrow morning. I'll just put it in the I'll send a notification out. But there won't be anything tomorrow afternoon. Unfortunately for non-farm payroll, got a bit of a busy day. Um, and then next week we'll be back into full flow of things. We've got Monday night. We're gonna have members channel will be Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, and US Open. I will do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Cheers, Thomas. Pleasure, buddy. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you got your 40 pips on the first session. Yeah, put it this way, the day's finished a lot stronger than it started. And this is what I was saying to one of the members this morning in the live streams. Um, you know,
it's not it's not always how you start a day. I'd much rather finish a day strong or finish a week strong or finish a month strong than start it brilliantly and then finish on a back foot. So when you're trading, think about it, when you're looking at your stats and the things that are coming through. Um, let's say you get to the 25th of a month and you're at 5%, 6%, or more, whatever it may be. Do you really want to keep trading? Is it going to be nice to finish with a 5 or 6% month? And if you do, then you're going to go into the following month on springs, and that is the way that you want to sort of think about your trading journey. It's like anything, right? Whether you go into a gym or work or whatever it is, if you finish something well, you always feel good. But if you don't finish it too well, it kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth. All right. Anna, take care, darling. Okay. To be fair, I have to go. I think Amazon's here or someone's at the door anyway. So, guys, have a great day. Glad we got some pips in the bank. And just before, okay, hit the like button. I've got to go now. Take care. Bye, guys.